Alright, here we are at the Decker's Cottage in Glen Echo in Howell, Michigan. We're doing a flat roof repair, as well as I found a little bit more stuff I wanted to do up this rake wall that didn't look quite right, but I'll show you that in a second. Let me show you what everything looks like. Come over, the deck looks basically brand new once I got it all off. Everything looks really good there. Did find a couple of areas of rot here and over here. So what I'm going to do is, I've already taken a line about 2 foot back. I'm going to put a half a sheet of wood all the way across this. Rafters are 16 on center, so it's good, solid way to do it. So we're going to do that. Upslope, we don't see a whole lot done. There's where a tree has gone through right here. I'm going to go ahead and fix that too with patch wood. Make sure that's good and strong. And then up the wall here, what I found was this transition wasn't done very well. There was an old 2x4 that was mounted to the outside of this that extended it out. What that did is it made kind of a strange detail down here at the bottom where the water had to go around something and then get off the roof. So I'm going to eliminate that. Not a good detail to have up here. Plus, it was there's a raccoon that's been up here using this as a litter box. So I'm hoping that this whole thing helps wash stuff through faster for you. Also up the sidewall, there was no ice and water shield protection at all. There was just flashing sticking about 3 inches vertical up the wall. And then it was bare wood. There's ice and water shield over here on the new addition that they've done. But we're going to fix that. We're going to run ice and water shield through, and I'll show you how that is. There's a piece of metal in here that they're using as a transition piece. I may pull that off. I may not. I'll let you know, but right now I just haven't peeked under there just yet. Shingles are pulled back a little ways. I took about 5 rows out of here. They actually had the shingles down here onto the roof, so those are going to go away. The shingles will start, and I'll show you later, but the shingles are going to start up to a point where my first nail's not within 8 inches vertically of the roof surface here, and I'll show you that. Then we're going to tie it all back together. But all in all, I'm really happy with the wood. Looks good, clean, fresh. Something we can need here, the new flat roofing right too. Just a couple of places that I want to fix real quick, and then we'll be done. So I'll show you once I have underlayments installed. Okay, I took that metal flashing out. We got a good transition wood in between the two here. We did find the leak, although it would have been covered either way, but at least we have a smoking gun that, yeah, it was leaking from that transition point, which that's what we thought anyway. So that's out, and we're ready to start installing. Okay, the wood at the edge is completely replaced. That 2 foot from the edge, as well as the spot that was hit by the tree. I got this rafter to rafter, and then I've secured in between them as well to keep that good and stiff. Okay, the base coat is installed over the entire roof. See, at the edge of the roof, we do half a row, so there's a seam right here about maybe 16 inches from the edge. That's to make sure that this seam and the seam on the base lap don't overlap each other, and that would create a buildup and possibly a hump behind it. We don't want that, so manufacturer wants that first cap sheet to lap way back here, and I'll show you that. Also, we've taken the base cap over the edge, extended it over the edge and down about 1.5 to 2 inches. Manufacturer wants that. Next thing I'm going to show is the drip edge installed, and before I do that, I'll be putting a sealant right at the edge to embed that into, so we can't get any wash back. But that's it. Underlayment installed over the whole clean dry deck. I've already tied the details in at that corner, and then you can see over here by taking that strange 2x that was here out, we've created a point where the only transition I have is right here. That's already completely sealed by the flat roofing, but we'll do it again with the cap sheet just to double make sure that that's fine. Cap sheet is running up the sloped roof. Under the shingles, we'll cap that off and then use ice and water shield, and I'll show you that as we go. Detail here that I'm going to do, this is why I wanted to redo everything right here though. This cap sheet goes, or this base sheet goes down into the corner, straight up, and then over onto this roof. So we completely sealed this off. If there's going to be any snow buildup here, this will continue to get completely sealed off and then dressed back up. Okay, the drip edge is installed. This is a primer that's been sprayed on the top, and then it's been nailed about every 6 inches staggered on center. You can see right here there's sealer squishing out. I've got a bed of sealer underneath the strip line to make sure that if any water comes back the other way, it's not getting through any of these nail holes. So drip edge is on all the way around. Okay, we're ready to install the first piece of cap sheet. I've got the back seal side done. You can see at the laps, I've cut them at a 45-degree angle before the next one goes down. This release paper will be pulled off and there'll be a bead of adhesive put right here to prevent side wash. And then you can see that bead of adhesive right along the outside edge of the drip edge as well, all the way around. That's gonna. Okay, second row of cap sheets going down. You can see at my dog here, where I 45 the overlap. It's got a nice thick bead of mod bit sealer in there to stop that wash. Same thing on the other side. A thick thing of mod bit sealer. Release tapes off here. Release tapes off the back of that cap sheet. We're ready to roll. Okay, came to a spot where there's going to be a seam in the roofing in the center, and Mule High puts a thing called Fast Lap in here. It's a 6-inch spot. It's fully adhered together. Get a perfect bond at the edges. Same thing though, I need to cut this back at about a 45-degree angle. I've got a nice thick bead of mod bit adhesive in there. That's the way they want it. That way we don't end up with a hump or a hole in this area here in the roofing. Otherwise, same thing. I've already taken the release strip off. I've got my 45 cut over here with mod bit adhesive, and I'm going to roll this in. Okay, the cap sheet's all installed, and we're starting our tie-in. See what we've done differently at this wall instead of that weird 2x6. The flat roofing is up and over, as well as the ice and water shield that I installed here. It says a waterproof waterproof membrane. So it's over here, completely up the walls and all the way under the shingles, sealed to the ice and water shield behind that as well. So we just can't really leak in this area, but we're still going to flash it out right. Then what I've done here is I've sealed ice and water shield also to the top of the flat roofing to make sure that we're doing a transition from the underlayment of the old roof onto the underlayment for the new roof onto the flat roof. So that's all done right. And then this is how far we're going to hold our shingles up. So the first line of shingles is about 10 inches from where the flat roofing starts. The reason I did this is because my first fastener on these shingles needs to be 9 inches vertical off of this flat roof. So where we draw that line, it ends up right about here. So what I'm doing with this shingle is I'm actually going to top nail it, and then I'm going to come back and put a bead of sealer underneath it to actually stick that tab down. But that'll keep all my fasteners 8 inches off the flat roof for the low slope area which the manufacturers want. I'll take a look when we're all done here. Alright, the final product for the Decker's cottage here. So the mod bit's all applied. The gutters I couldn't save, I'm going to grab some and pull them up. The tie-in at the shingles, again we're 8 inches vertical to our first fastener, tied in all the way across. Redid the rake edge over here, I'll show them in the videos. The fascia's back on, everything's good there. Final beads of caulks are along the outside edges here. The manufacturer wants those, so we hold the material back a little bit and just put a bead of caulk all the way along there. That's all done. Everything adhered really well. Tying at the top is good. A couple of ridge cap on this side that you're going to see, but they were a little bit different color, but that's where we ended up. So